I've made a ton of my YouTube videos with just about every AI video generator out there, and most of them work good enough for a quick 5-second demo, but they fall apart the second you need a full-length video. So in this video, I'll show you the one I actually use to make my videos from start to finish, and how it handles the whole process. Most AI video generators that people use, like Veo 3.1, Kling 3, and Seedance 2, can handle one really good-looking shot, but when it comes to a full YouTube video, generating one scene just isn't enough. The one tool I actually use for the entire thing is Higgsfield, which is an all-in-one platform with features that handle everything from video generation all the way to full-on automation. I'll leave a link to Higgsfield in the description below. In the homepage, you'll notice everything is laid out along the navigation bar at the top, which is the whole reason you can make an entire video here instead of using multiple tools. The first thing almost every video needs is B-roll, the footage you cut away to while you're talking, so I'm gonna click on video. That takes me into the video generation workspace, and from the model selector, I'll pick Seedance 2.0 because right now it's one of the best models out there for the kind of realistic cinematic motion that good B-roll needs. I'll set the duration to 15 seconds, the aspect ratio to 16:9, the resolution to 1080p, the bitrate to high, and then paste in my first prompt, which is for a travel channel. This golden hour run through the canals of Venice is perfect for travel content. This is exactly what I'd use as an opening shot. A travel vlogger walking around with a phone gets the normal footage fine, but this canal shot with the speed ramp is the part they could never film without a crew and a permit. The best part about this workflow is that you can cover basically every niche for YouTube videos. Let me show you a different example. I'll keep every setting the same and paste in a completely different prompt for a food video. This looks really good. Seedance 2 did a great job keeping everything realistic, and the physics of all the elements interacting look natural. The final shot is a great hero frame for a video like this, and the whole thing even comes with a soft track playing in the background. For the next one, I want something that focuses a lot more on atmosphere, so I'll paste in a prompt for ancient Roman ruins at dawn. The best part about this is that the ruins don't look AI generated. The mist rolling through the stone and that slow push onto the carvings gives everything a documentary feel, and it's the kind of footage you run underneath your narration. The final niche I want to test is fitness content, because the hard thing about this is that the visuals need to showcase what's going on without any vocal explanation. I'll generate with this prompt. You can see that as the figure goes down, the hamstrings and glutes light up to show exactly which muscles are firing. You understand everything about this exercise just by watching the video, and you don't need to spend any time on motion graphics. So no matter what your channel is based on, you can create cinematic B-roll in seconds from just one prompt. All of this footage was made from scratch. But what if you already have footage for your video? Video editing is just as important, and you can handle it all inside Higgsfield. Let's take this video of me talking in my studio. For example, I can turn my entire studio into Antarctica, where it's absolutely freezing cold. But if I don't like it, then I can just pack up and go to a beautiful beach in Bali and enjoy myself for a little bit. Or I can just step right into the middle of Shibuya Crossing in Tokyo at night and completely lose myself in the crowd. Every one of those places was generated and swapped in with AI with no green screen or actual traveling needed. It starts in Premiere, where I park the playhead on a clean frame of myself with no motion blur, where my face and framing are clear, then click the little camera icon or press Shift+E to export the frame as a high-resolution image. You can actually get a Higgsfield plugin for Premiere Pro from the plugins section, but I'll get to that later. Now that one frame becomes the base for everything because it's what keeps my face and my position locked the same across all three backgrounds. Then I'll head over to Image and pick GPT Image 2, since it's currently one of the best models for photorealism, and that level of quality is exactly what we need when making a YouTube video. I'll drop that frame in as my reference and set it to 4K at 16:9. I'll start with Antarctica Antarctica, and the whole job of this prompt is to keep my face, my body, and my framing exactly the same while it replaces the entire room around me. GPT Image 2 kept me locked in place and turned the studio into an Antarctic ice field, and it even added breath particles and frost on my shoulders with the cold blue light already on my face, so I actually look like I'm out there. Then I'll run the exact same step for a Bali beach at golden hour and Shibuya crossing at night. Each one relights me to match the exact place I'm in. Warm gold on the beach and that pink neon on the Tokyo one. And that relighting is what makes a swapped background actually look real instead of pasted in. These are still images though, so to turn them into video, I'll head back to Premiere and cut my original talking video into 3 separate segments, one for each location, lined up with the moment I mention it, and export each one out as its own file. Then I'll go into video, pick Seedance 2.0, keep it on 1080p and the bitrate to high, the aspect ratio to 16:9, the raw segment of me as the video reference, and the matching environment image as the image reference, so it animates the new world around my real performance. Let's start with Antarctica using this prompt. This is very cool. Instead of just dropping me into the scene, Seedance creates the whole transformation. So the first second is my real studio, and then the whole room dissolves into the ice field while I'm mid-sentence. This is the part that sells the whole thing because my face and my mouth stay locked to my real performance the entire time while the snow blows in and the light turns cold. Then I'll run the Bali and Shibuya segments the same way, except these two put me right inside the location from the very first frame, so that the whole thing will run smoothly when I put it together. The last step is the assembly, so I'll bring all 3 into Premiere, stack them in order with a soft opacity fade between each one instead of a hard cut, then layer in the sound to match. Wind and blizzard for Antarctica, ocean waves for Bali, and city noise and traffic for Shibuya. For example, I can turn my entire studio into Antarctica where it's absolutely freezing cold. But if I don't like it, then I can just pack up and go to a beautiful beach in Bali and enjoy myself for a little bit. Or I can just step right into the middle of Shibuya crossing in Tokyo at night and completely lose myself in the crowd. So I was able to edit my original video using only the features that Higgsfield gave me, and it required no green screen and no special effects. And the editing doesn't stop there, because like I mentioned, Higgsfield plugs right into Premiere itself, so the rest of it happens without me ever leaving the timeline. So inside Premiere, I'll open the Higgsfield plugin by going to Window, then Extensions, then Higgsfield. The first one I'll use is Reframe, and I'll take that Antarctica segment from earlier to go from the standard 16:9 into a wider 21:9 cinematic ratio. For example, I can turn my entire studio into Antarctica where it's absolutely freezing cold. The second plugin is Background Removal, so I'll take any video and run Remove Background right on it in the timeline. Normally, you'd have to open After Effects and rotoscope yourself out by hand with the rotobrush, tracing your edges frame by frame, which takes forever. But with the plugin, it's one click and it cuts me right out. So the 2 edits that usually cost you the most time both happen in a click without leaving the timeline. And there's one more thing Higgsfield lets me fix long after I've stopped recording, and it has nothing to do with the footage. This one fixes a problem every creator runs into. You finish a whole video and then realize you forgot a line, like the CTA at the end, or you need to drop one somewhere in the middle. Normally fixing that means setting your whole microphone and recording setup back up again just for 1 or 2 sentences. And even when you do, a line you record days later never quite matches the rest, because the room tone, the mic, even your energy that day, it's all a little different, so it stands out. But Higgsfield has an audio tab that just clones your voice instead. So I'll head into audio, click on voiceover, and upload up to 3 minutes of clean audio of myself from a video I've already made. Higgsfield will now use that to build a voice clone of me. The longer and cleaner that sample is, the more accurate the clone will turn out. So make sure you always use audio with no background noise behind it. Once the clone is ready, I'll just type out the line I'm missing and generate it in a couple of seconds. And for this one, I'll type out my outro telling people to go check out Higgsfield. And it comes out sounding like me with my tone and pacing. To create such incredible AI videos, don't forget to check out Higgsfield, so it matches the rest of the video instead of sounding tacked on later. Now, my favorite thing about Higgsfield is that it has a unique feature where you can run everything I showed you so far from just one place without switching on any of the tabs yourself. And that one place is the supercomputer, which is the closest thing Higgsfield has to just doing the work for you. It's an AI agent you talk to in plain English, so instead of going through these steps, you can tell the supercomputer what you want, and it goes and uses those tools for you. It runs on built-in skills you trigger with the / command, like /cinematic for the kind of shots we made earlier, earlier, or /montage for putting the edit together, and for anything else, you just describe it with simple words and it handles it. So everything I showed you today can be run right from this one chat, and honestly, it's the part I lean on the most because it keeps my whole process in one place. But the one skill I actually want to show you is the one that fits the YouTube process the best, and that's YouTube research. So I'll open the supercomputer and type /YouTube-research with a link to MrBeast's channel. From just that link, it studies the entire channel on its own with no extra prompting and hands me back what's actually working, the videos pulling the most views and the patterns behind the titles and the topics. And this is what makes it different from everything else in here, because the rest of Higgsfield helps you make the video, but this tells you what to make before you even start. So you're building off what already works instead of guessing. So with Supercomputer, you can use a YouTube channel that's proven to work based on your niche to figure out exactly what to make and then use the rest of the features to create one finished video. With this workflow, I can do anything without ever leaving the platform. So if you want to do all this yourself and create your own YouTube video from start to finish, click the link in the description to sign up to Higgsfield. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.